It's almost been 3 years at this point since Pokemon Legends ZA was revealed, and on that fateful Pokemon Day, a 1-second clip decided the first thing I would ever do in this game. Growing up, Pokemon X and Y were my first entries into the Pokemon franchise, and I loved these games. I specifically loved the concept of Mega Evolution. The idea that some of my favorite Pokemon could have an entirely separate evolution just absolutely broke my mind as a kid. And with my previous video streak, I knew it was time to see all these shinies with their new Megas. We actually go ahead and start this challenge with one of these Pokemon already caught. If you watch my previous video on my playthrough ZA, you'll know I found a shiny Venipede super early on in the game, which did end up staying on my team throughout, and I was able to see the Mega at the end. But if you didn't watch it, here's just a tiny clip of my reaction to it. Dude, that's so clean.
It's so good. That might be one of the best shinies in the game.
With that initial precursor out of the way, we move on to the first real hunt. Like I said before, Pokemon X and Y were my first games, and my original starter I picked in those games was Fennekin. While at the time my naming scheme might not have been the greatest, yes, I really named it that. I still instantly fell in love with this little guy. But while I loved this Pokemon for 11 years, I've never actually gotten the shiny for it. So that needed to change. Hunting in Legends ZA doesn't really come with any new methods, it's instead just your standard reset encounters. However, these resets can come in many different forms, which I'll be doing most of them throughout the video, with the first one here being bench resets. This method is pretty simple. Just walk up to a bench, click on it, rest to night or day, and that's it. You'll reset your cycle. Every time you flip from day to night, a new set of Pokemon will be spawned, which can help increase the spawns, especially for more difficult Pokemon. Which this will specifically help for this Fennekin hunt, as there's really not a better way of doing it. While you can check these every time, I decided that 20 was a pretty good sweet spot of time in versus time out to start checking. While this hunt could have taken me a long time, I luckily didn't have to wait that long. Oh my god! Oh my god, I just checked, I just looked over. That was so fast! Oh, that was so fast! Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, it looks so good! Oh my god! Oh my god, I'm so excited right now. And with this shiny finally in my possession, all that remained was to see its shiny Mega in action. Alright, let's take a look at the Mega. Oh, it looks so good, man. Oh, that's so cool. Since there is an absurd list of the amount of Pokemon I need for this video, I wanted to make the next one kind of more of a gamble of a target. If you head to the entrance at Zone 5 at night, there is a total of 5 different Pokemon that can spawn here. This includes Bellsprout in Zone 5, and Starmie, Barbaracle, Froakie, and Fallinx in Zone 16 behind you. However, for this hunt specifically, we will not be benching like we did in the previous one. All you need to do for this hunt is simply go to Zone 5 and continually fast travel to Zone 5. Doing this will despawn and respawn all of the Pokemon that are within 50 meters of you. This can get you some very fast encounters and make this challenge overall a bit easier. Like the previous hunt, I decided to check every 20, 25, and within a very short amount of time, I found something I was looking for. 150. Wow, this game, if you really just spam encounters, it goes by really quickly. That's crazy, because that's already 3. I started this morning. That's already the 3rd one. Alright, pause. Small interjection from me. So it turns out that later on, I'm hunting here again, and I find a Shalfa one, so we're gonna use that one. With our little Leaf Guy finally grown up to a Victory Bell, it was time to see this interesting Mega Evolution shiny. That thing is massive. Oh my god, oh my god. I can't even, like, it clips into me. That is absurd. Since I was able to get the Bellsprout so insanely fast, I just decided to keep on resetting here in order to get another one of the 4 I need. And while I did phase on Bellsprout again pretty quickly, I was still able to find something that I was super excited for. Tango! Tango! Fallinx is a Pokemon I've begun to truly love since my Pokemon Scarlet playthrough a few months ago, and so when I saw him, I was just so excited. And with that, it was finally time to see his Mega, and the excitement didn't stop. So, like I paused before, I got another Alpha Fallinx later on in a different hunt. So it's gonna happen again, and let me just tell you, in the next hunt, it happens again. So be ready, bye. I'll talk to you in like 30 seconds. Okay, although I basically already know what this is going to look like, I'm still very excited to see it. Oh my god, that's awesome. That's so cool, man. Oh, look at the run. Look at the little ones at the bottom. Oh my god, I love it so much, man. Moving on, I decided to head away from zones 16 and 5 and onto a different hunt. I really wanted to try something that I thought would be a bit more difficult than some of the previous hunts, and one of those Pokemon I thought would be difficult is Skarmory. See, Skarmory has one spawn in the game, in Wild Zone 17, and if you've ever been there, don't. I wouldn't go there. I thought this hunt might be beneficial to do now, as Skarmory is not the only Pokemon in this area I'm going to need now, as I also need at least one of the Pyros that spawn here. While I could have done this in a variety of different ways, I decided to try something I thought would be a bit more fun and different. Well, yes, I obviously could do bench resets right in front of them. They also aggro every single time a day, and I just wasn't really interested in doing that. Instead, I decided on teleporting to the construction building and just walking up there every single time. While this does probably extend the hunt's time, I just thought this was a more enjoyable way to hunt in my opinion. So only about an hour later, I was able to find one of the shinies I needed. Oh, well, I can't believe one of these Pyros. Wait, is it shiny? Is that what the shiny looks like?
Yeah, that's shiny. Yeah, that's
Okay.
shiny.
I was
Shiny
like,
Pyro.
I literally
Nice.
was saying, I can't believe one of these Pyros haven't been shiny yet. And it literally was. So, hi, it's 30 seconds now. In the next hunt, I just hunt Skarmory again, and I found an Alpha Pyroar, the Alpha that spawns here. So, that's the one you're going to see for the Mega. Okay, here it is. Here's the Mega. Thanks for seeing. Hi, look, there's the Mega. It's so cool. As I didn't want to come get Skarmory later, I just continued on the same hunt as before, and honestly, a pretty short amount of time, I was able to find him. Oh, I got it. Dude, that is so low. There it is. Oh my god. Dude. I'm actually really curious for this one because its normal one goes from silver to gold, so I'm really curious what the shiny does. Oh. So it just stays green. Well, I expected a good amount of these hunts to be under odds as there are an insane amount of spawns in this game. I've been, like, extremely lucky. A lot of these hunts have been under 250 resets, and that's just kind of mind-boggling with odds to me, to be honest. That being said, the luck won't continue forever. Just wait. The luck will obviously not continue forever. Just wait. Next up in the challenge, I decided I wanted to take on one of my milestone hunts, which are just the starters, to be honest with you. I probably should have honed down and focused on just hunting one. I again liked the gambling aspect, and I just wanted to see which one of the three I would get first. So because of that, the way I chose to hunt this was just to run into zone 20 and then make kind of a loop through. Did that extend my hunt by a significant amount of time? Yes, it did. I spent about 10 hours on this hunt alone, and that's probably what I get after getting so lucky on the others. I went from about encounter 100 to 500, I didn't see a single shiny. Even though I was spawning about 8 to 10 Pokemon per run through, I was never seeing a shiny. Well, that eventually did change about attempt 500. I still didn't find the actual shiny I was looking for until much later. And here's my reaction when I finally did find the one I was actually looking for. Oh my fucking god, it's over. I can do something else. Oh my fucking god. It's over. Oh my god. With the little blue chomper now in my possession, all that remained was to evolve him and see this Mega that I've been so excited to see shiny. Oh, that is so clean. That is so unbelievably clean. Powerful baby, I just want to see it. That's so cool. That's actually really cool. Since the Totodile hunt was basically a whole day, I wanted to find something that would go pretty quick. So I headed back to zone 16 and 5 because I still need 3 Pokemon there, and it's really fast. Okay, it's really fast. I'm sorry. It's just really fast. It's really easy. I don't know what you want from me. However, I wasn't as lucky this time as I phased 13 times. I phased 13 times. See, these phases were 3 Falinks, 3 Bellsprout, 1 Alpha Ampharos, 1 Pidgeotto, 1 Electrike, 1 Fletchling, 1 Flaffy, and 2 Venipede, all before I could find 1 Barbaracle, which is right here. Yeah, I found Barbaracle. So, at least I'm done. Oh, dude, that's such a cool Mega design. It actually looks pretty cool now. Not that I didn't think it wasn't cool before, it just looked out of place and then way too big. It looked more like a Dynamax design, but now it It looks about what I thought it would look. It looks really good though. By the way, that was all in 750 resets. The shiny look at this game is absurd. Next, I headed to Wild Zone 8 where the next hunt was located, which is of course Drillbur. I expected to phase pretty quickly and often here, as Drillbur it does spawn a lot here, but there's also Sandile and Numel. But luckily for me, I didn't phase and I honestly found it pretty quickly. Oh, hey, there we go. That wasn't bad. Upon doing this, I evolved it into the amazing shiny of Excadrill, and was a bit disappointed in its Mega, if I'm being honest. I still think that's a really cool Mega, just why are the drills different colors from the body? Yeah, that for sure looks off. They're just two different colors. Next up, I decided to do another hunt I thought was actually going to be pretty difficult, which was Tynamo. Like Skarmory, Tynamo only really spawns in one place, and that's in Wild Zone 10. With that, it only has 2 spawns down here, which I'll at least take over just at 1 spawn. This again was just another bench reset method, as a reset on the benches right above it. And I somehow only phased once, even though this hunt took me quite a bit of time, but in the grand scheme of things, I'll take what I was given. Ooh, Tynamo! Let's go! I'm fucking free! Yeah, that's about what I expect. That looks really cool, actually, out of battle, because I've only ever seen it in the Canary fights. That looks really good out of, just in front of me. Oh, they switch? The plus and minus switch? That's really cool, actually. For the next 2 hunts, we're gonna head down to an area I never want to go back to, and that's the sewers. There's a ton of different Pokemon down here, but I only did 2 hunts at the start, and you'll see why. My first target honestly wasn't that bad, as it was just Skrelp. The resets for Skrelp weren't too bad. You just run up and down along the straight path, and you can just check the resets every 25 encounters, and luckily for me, on my second check, it was shiny. Oh my god, that was so fast! What? With the little blue guy found extremely under odds, all that remained for him was to see his Mega Evolution, and this time, I actually got my reaction for it. Okay, I'm very excited to see a Dragalge Mega where I actually can react to the footage since I messed it up last time, so let's go ahead and see it. Oh my god, that looks so good! Like, don't get me wrong, I expected that to look pretty good, but that is amazing. While I was able to get extremely lucky on that last hunt, the next hunt I did not get nearly as lucky. Here, I had one simple target, Scraggy. By following this one path continuously over and over again, I was able to reset for Scraggy a bunch of times. And see, Scraggy wasn't the only thing that spawned here. While there was about 6 Scraggy, there was also 2 NK, 2 Ghastly, 1 Skrelp, and 1 Noibat. But even with all these spawns, I wasn't able to find a shiny until about encounter 525. Which, you might be saying to yourself, oh, that doesn't sound like a lot of encounters, but it really is if you did the math. See, with all the Pokemon I just listed, that's about 12 spawns per reset, and multiplying that by 500 is 6,000, which means I was about 6 times over odds of finding a shiny. And when I did even find that shiny, it wasn't Scraggy. And see, that Pokemon I found was Ghastly, and with that, it was 2 Ghastly at the same time. This just isn't my fault. But thankfully for me, not too much later, I was finally able to find the Scraggy and move on. I think so. Please.
You heard the sound? You just don't know?
Oh my god!
The shiny Scraggy? Hell yeah.
I just needed the summoning circle. I just needed the summoning circle. I'm not insane.
I just literally just need the summoning circle every time you hunt. Like, as insane as it might look, you might need to.
Oh my god. Although to find the Scraggy might have taken me literally forever, I was at least rewarded because this shiny Mega was so much better than I could have ever imagined. I'll go into it with some unbiased odds, even though I really don't want to. Oh my god. I went into it not expecting much. That thing is amazing. That looks really good. That looks really, really good. That's definitely top tier of the new shiny Megas. Ooh, that looks so good. So, funny story for the next hunt. You know how I was like, yeah, I actually got the footage this time. Well, see, I do have the footage. That's not the problem. The problem is I forgot to keep count. See, my next target takes us to Zone 12. Here we have one main target, which is of course Snorunt. The only catch here is this Snorunt needs to be a female, as the Pokemon we actually need here is Frostlass rather than Glalie. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't pretty worried on how many times I was going to phase on this. Maybe it was due to that previous Scraggy hunt that I'd spent about hours on at this point that I was just super worried I wasn't going to be able to get it. But luckily for me, after one phase on an Alpha Abomasnow, I found the shiny I was looking for. And not only that, but it was a little bit extra special. Where?
Dude, no way.
Okay, please, I need it to be female. That's all I need. It has to be female. It's still cool either way, but oh, please be female. Please be female. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's female. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Dude, that's insane.
So, as you expect, all that really remained here was to see this Pokemon's Mega, and I'm gonna be honest, it was a lot cooler than I expected.
Oh my god, that thing is giant. Oh my god. That's so pretty, actually. Wait, that's so cool, actually. That thing is huge. Oh my god.
As we're rounding out the second third of this video, there was another key shiny I needed, and that was of course Chespin. While I could absolutely do Froakie here to complete the Kalos trio, I like saving that more towards the end, as that was probably my second favorite of the three. Sorry Chespin, you're just in facing goats. I don't know what to tell you. You're just against Fennekin and Froakie. It's just a tough matchup, Chespin. I'm sorry. With Chespin only having one spawn in Wild Zone 17, I knew this hunt was going to take me a while, as he doesn't necessarily have a dedicated spawn, but has 3 spawns that he shares with Diggersby. So I walked in and began my hunt, and yeah, this hunt took forever. Well, in the grand scheme of things, the encounter number I tell you is going to seem very high. The actual hunting process wasn't that bad. Since when you actually teleport to Wild Zone 17, it takes you right in front of these 3 spawns, you could just spam this method in order to reset the encounters. So I began my hunts, and I phased on Diggersby a lot. And just at the point where I was starting to be getting to lose hope, which you can obviously tell as I created a summoning circle, I might have lost it a little bit. But because of that summoning circle, I found my Chespin. Yay! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my god! Oh my god, man.
Since this one always got like left behind in my eyes of this trio, I never realized how good Shiny Chestnut actually is. Let's see the Mega though. I'm like curious to how good the Mega was. Oh, wait. That thing is clean.
With another pretty long hunt down, I wanted the next hunt to be a little easier, we'll say. And since I never got Starmie while hunting Barbaracle earlier, I decided that would be the next target. And not wanting to phase in Zone 5 for the 15th time in a row, I decided to head to Zone 2 at night and just hunt Staryu instead. While there still is a ton of phases here in Zone 2 with Magikarp, I didn't really mind that too much and thought I would get the Staryu pretty quickly. And after about an hour or two, I did.
The white star has appeared. Honestly, I can't lie. I didn't even see it. I just said the white star has appeared. I was walking back from my fridge. See, look.
All right, let's see this thing in action. Yeah, that's what I expect.
It still looks really dumb when it runs. Beyond the exact counter for 2/3 of this challenge, I knew exactly what Pokemon we had to take on next, and that of course was Chikorita. Similar to the Chespin hunt, I obviously could have done Tepig here, but I have a lot more sentimental value with Tepig as he was the actual starter I chose in this game, so we're going to save that one for the very last hunt in this challenge. For this specific hunt, I figured by far the easiest thing to do here would be the bench method right in front of the Chikorita spawns. While there's a ton of different Pokemon that could still spawn here, including Gardevoir, Roserade, and Bulbasaur, I figured this was by far the best method in order to reset encounters to attempt to get this Chikorita as fast as I could. While I did find it under odds, gonna be honest here, I wasn't here when I caught it, and I was playing in the car, so I might have messed up the saving of the footage, so here is me catching it. You can only see when it goes in the ball because I messed up the timing of when I caught it. I'm a professional. What can I say? Thanks for watching. Hey, you're watching a professional. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. It will happen again eventually, but I don't think it happens again in this video. I think. Well, I did mess that part up. I definitely didn't mess up the part where I got its mega, so here's my reaction to that.
I'm curious how different this one actually looks. Okay, yeah, it's just the shine. Actually, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what the normal one looks like, so let me just look real quick. Okay, it changes the flowers a little bit too. That's actually pretty good. I think it looks a little bit worse, but you can tell the difference.
As we begin the final third of this challenge, I want to introduce a certain idea I had for this part. Let's call this idea the marathon. See, a bunch of these next upcoming hunts involve me running back and forth in order to spawn a certain Pokemon. I decided to knock them all out in one go and call it the marathon because I'm gonna get my steps in, let's be honest. Well, I was obviously not limited to doing only 4 Pokemon for this. I did have 4 specific ones that I had in mind that I thought were a good idea for it. These are Litwick, Dratini, Hawlucha, and Clefable. So our first hunt of the marathon begins with Litwick. To hunt Litwick does mean we're going back to the sewers. This method actually wasn't as bad as I originally thought it was going to be though. It's pretty simple overall though. You just run back and forth down this one alley over and over again and eventually your Litwick will spawn. You're able to make this a little bit easier on yourself too if you can keep the Patrat aggroed on you the whole time and they'll never despawn, so you'll never accidentally end up phasing them. However, you can phase on Klefki, which I did. But after about 600 times running back and forth, I was able to get my shiny. Alright, evolving this glorious candle all the way up to a Chandelure, it was time to see its glorious mega in action. I imagine it's going to look pretty similar to the normal mega because it's Chandelier, but we'll see. Oh, that mega still looks really good in game though. Oh my, that looks really good. I like the dual colored eyes too. I forgot what the exact term is called, but I'm overall pretty happy with that, yeah. Our next target in this marathon was Dratini. Thanks to my friend Fizz, I was able to find this hunt on the roof where you just run back and forth only a little bit and then it will respawn this Dratini every time. I was a bit worried though, because I've heard this hunt taking people loads and loads of time and it just never being shiny. So I begin to... is that shiny? It's shiny already? I just started. With using all of my luck for the shiny Dratini, I evolved into Dragonite and I saw one of the best new shiny megas in the game.
Let's see the shiny, man. Oh, and it's got the purple like eyes and wings. That's so cool, man. Dude, that's so cool. What a great shiny. I'm so glad they made it blue instead of keeping it green. What a great choice, man.
And see, I think it's because of all of that luck I used on Dratini that this next hunt I have was so incredibly miserable. I'd like to introduce this next section of the video as the Hawlucha incident. To put it simply, Hawlucha took me 4 days to catch. No, that is not a joke. It took me 4 whole days of hunting to catch. I cannot describe how long this hunt actually took. I spent multiple days, multiple hours per day hunting, as I was almost at the end of this challenge, so I was really trying to get it done, and it just never shined. The flying luchador bird never spawned, and I don't like Hawlucha because of it now. I'm a Gen 6 lover. I loved Hawlucha, and now I don't like Hawlucha as much because this one would never shine. Definitely still has one of the best shinies in the game, don't get me wrong. It's an amazing shiny. I just have a bit of beef with this Pokemon, as I phased a ton, and here's a montage of my phases. But after 18 phases and 2,237 encounters, the bird finally shined.
Oh my fucking god. After 5 days, 3,500 encounters total. 15 hours of game time. It's finally over, man. Oh.
Well, I said I don't really like Hawlucha anymore. That was a bit of a lie, and that honestly might be because of how much its Mega was able to redeem itself.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool, actually. That's really cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
With the amount of remaining hunts I had winding down, there only remained one last hunt in the marathon, and that was Clefable. This hunt actually includes either Cleffa or Clefable, as they both spawn in this one spot in Zone 19 at night. You're able to reset the spawns by running through this alley right next to the zone, and after not that long, I found the shiny I was looking for.
But yeah, this is the easy one. I have to get Drampa after this. I'm a little worried about that. Alright.
After leveling it up and giving it a Moonstone, it was now time to see its shiny Mega.
How little this one normally changes. I don't think it'll change that much.
Yeah. While I could have continued the marathon for Drampa, I decided that I wanted to do a different hunt for it instead. I instead opted to just reset back to the zone, walk in a little bit, and then spawn the Drampa. While I technically could have just reset the zone, walked over a few meters, and reset the Drampa, I wanted to see it every time to know exactly when I got my shiny, so I opted for this method instead. With 8 new dogs now in my collection, I eventually found Drampa, and with that, I was able to see its Mega, and if I'm being honest, I did not expect to be as good as it was.
Whoa! That is awesome. Dude, that's so cool. I did not expect that to be that cool, actually. I actually really did not expect it to be that cool. Wow.
With very few remaining Pokemon left, I knew that the next hunt had to be Froakie. I'm honestly surprised I haven't gotten Froakie at all for how much I've reset for Zone 5 and 16, but somehow through all of that, I never even got it. So I headed back to that same spot one last time in order to hunt it. Pretty quickly, and especially under odds, I got my shiny frog. That being said though, I did not realize how hard it was to catch it, and it ran away from me 7 times. I didn't know it was a stealth mission to catch Froakie, so that one was on me. With my Bubble Frog now fully evolved into one of the best shinies in the whole game, it was time to see that shiny Mega in action, and I was not at all disappointed.
Ooh. Yeah, that's clean. Yeah, that thing will always be so clean. The city never sleeps.
With Froakie being our 22nd shiny, that only meant we remained 22nd? Wait, I'm missing 2? Who am I missing? Oh, I'm missing Inkay. And not only am I missing Inkay, there was only one spot to hunt Inkay. We're going back to the sewers. I swear when I'm done with this challenge, I will never come back down here. Thankfully for me, I think Inkay understood that and decided let's get this over with quickly. Oh my god! I only have one left. Well, I definitely could have just gotten Malamar like a normal person would have, but I wouldn't miss out on the opportunity to see one of the coolest evolutions in all of Pokemon, so. And as is standard throughout this whole video, it is now time to see the Big Brainiac's shiny Mega. Second to last Mega. Let's go ahead and take a look. Ooh, I'm not in love with the shiny, per se, but I think it fits Malamar really well. With about 50 total hours now put into this challenge, there only remained one final shiny that I needed. And that, of course, was Tepig. In order to hunt for him, you just reset to the plaza right underneath Zone 20 and walk in to check the spawn. I originally thought I was going to phase a ton on this hunt, and while I did phase at Encounter 18 on Lucario, that didn't stop me from still getting this shiny under odds.
Oh my god. I'm done. I'm actually done. Oh my god. And that's it.
Catching him, I evolved him into one of the best shinies ever, and with that, his Mega absolutely lived up to expectations.
Oh my god. Dude, that goes unbelievably crazy. I thought the Totodile was really good, but like this is so good, man. I can't believe how cool that is. I'm just in awe.
But thankfully, at least now that I have all these shinies, I won't have to do this again. And I'm done, and I can take a... Oh, the DLC comes out today. I'll see you soon.